The first one was a whisper, a fleeting thought that wasn't mine. It was a fragment of rage, a burning desire to tear something apart with my bare hands. I was 16, a greenhorn demon hunter fresh out of training, and I had just absorbed my first shard of demonic energy. The demon was a minor one, a gluttony-fueled imp with teeth like rusty nails, and the power I took was a simple jolt of super strength. The voice in my head, the sliver of madness, was a small price to pay. Or so I told myself. In a land far, far away, up in the clouds, there was a magical kingdom called Asgard. And in Asgard lived the bravest, strongest, and kindest hero of all, Thor Odinson. He had big muscles, a friendly smile, and a mighty hammer named Mjolnir. Mjolnir was not just any hammer. It could fly and bring thunder and lightning with a mighty crack boom. Thor loved Asgard and all the friendly people who lived there. He was a hero who always helped others. But sometimes, from the deep, dark corners of the universe, yucky, icky monsters called demons would try to sneak into Asgard. These weren't scary, fire-breathing monsters like in grown-up stories. These were mischievous, troublesome creatures called sparkle demons. Why were they called sparkle demons? Because they looked like little shiny clouds of colorful glitter. They would float through the air, looking pretty and harmless, but they had a tricky, sneaky power. If a sparkle demon touched something happy, like a giggle or a good feeling, it would zap the happiness right out of it, leaving a sad, grey puff of dust behind. They wanted to make everyone in Asgard feel grumpy and sad. One sunny afternoon, while the Asgardian children were playing with their favorite toys, a little cloud of purple sparkles floated by. Poof! The bright red balloon one child was holding turned a dull, sad grey and popped. Then another sparkle demon, this one green, zapped a delicious ice cream cone right out of a kid's hand, and the yummy sprinkles turned to dust. All the happy giggles turned into little sniffles. Thor saw this from his balcony. His kind heart felt a pinch of sadness for the children. He knew what he had to do. He picked up his mighty hammer, Mjolnir, and flew down to the town square with a whoosh. "Fear not, little friends," Thor boomed in his friendly, rumbling voice. "Thor is here." The children cheered, their eyes wide with hope. Thor knew a secret about the sparkle demons. To make them go away for good, he had to use his special power. He could absorb their sparkle magic. When he did, the demons would turn into harmless, tiny sparkles that would disappear forever. But his father, King Odin, had warned him. He told Thor that every time he absorbed a sparkle demon's magic, a little bit of its grumpiness would stick to his heart. It was a tiny price, but if he did it too many times, he might start to feel grumpy and not like himself. Thor didn't think about that. He saw the sad faces of the children and knew that helping them was the most important thing. He saw a big, swirly blue sparkle demon trying to zap a big, beautiful flower garden. Thor zoomed forward, holding out his hand. The blue sparkles swirled around his hand, and Thor felt a tiny zapping feeling. He felt a little bit of the demon's magic go into him, and for a second, he felt a little bit impatient. He wanted the garden to be gone right now. But then he looked at the bright, happy flowers and shook his head. "That's not me," he said to himself. He swung Mjolnir and sent the now harmless sparkles flying away. Next came a big red sparkle demon. It was zapping all the delicious food at the outdoor market. Thor reached out and absorbed its magic. This time, the zap felt a little stronger. Thor felt a little bit angry. He wanted to stomp his foot and shout. He felt like kicking over a basket of apples. But then he saw the kind baker lady trying to protect her pies. Thor took a deep breath, puffed out his chest, and used his power to help her. He turned the angry feeling into a mighty thwack, with Mjolnir chasing the grumpy sparkles away. As the day went on, more and more sparkle demons appeared. Thor absorbed them all, one after another. A pink one that made everyone feel lazy, a yellow one that made people feel scared, and a brown one that made things feel boring. Every time he absorbed one, a tiny bit of that feeling would stick to his heart. By the end of the day, All the sparkle demons were gone. The children cheered, the balloons were reinflated, and the ice cream was yummy again. Asgard was happy once more. But Thor felt different. He didn't want to smile. He felt a bit grumpy and a little bit tired. When a little girl ran up to give him a flower, he didn't feel like taking it. He just wanted to be alone. The whispers of the sparkle demons were in his head, telling him to be grumpy and lazy and bored. He flew back to his home and sat down, feeling heavy and sad. He looked at Mjolnir. The hammer felt a little heavy in his hand. Then a little voice piped up. It was the little girl who had tried to give him the flower. She had followed him. "Here, Thor," she said, holding out a new, bright red flower. "This is for you. Thank you for making our day happy again." Thor looked at the flower. It was so bright and colorful. He looked at the girl's kind, happy face. And something amazing happened. The grumpy feelings inside his heart started to melt away, just a little bit. He felt a tiny warmth spreading through him. He took the flower and gave the girl a small, kind smile. It wasn't his biggest, loudest Thor smile, but it was a real one. He realized then that even though the sparkle demon's grumpiness had stuck to his heart, the happiness and kindness of others could help melt it away. Being a hero wasn't just about fighting bad guys. It was also about remembering the good things and the people you love.